if you want to really get technical, this is the ascending part of the aorta. This is the arch of the aorta. Now, what you need to know, and what I usually ask on this, is, see, this is different from a cat. A cat, you remember, has two branches coming up here. It has the brachiocephalic, and the brachiocephalic has, on the cat now, just don't let this confuse you, but on the cat there are three branches off of this. There's the right subclavian, the right common carotid, and the left common carotid. On us, though, this thing right here is the brachiocephalic, just like in the cat. However, on us, the brachiocephalic branches into the right subclavian and the right common carotid. The left common carotid, everybody, is by itself on us. That comes right up here. That is this thing right here. That's the left common carotid. Then this thing right here is the left subclavian. Left subclavian. So once again, on us, this is the brachiocephalic. This thing is the right subclavian. This is the right common carotid. This thing right here then is the left common carotid all by itself. And I was telling people in the classes, people get older, men and women, as they get a little older sometimes, and they have not done things right, haven't eaten well, stuff. When you go to a doctor later, they will put a stethoscope right there, and they're listening for this. That's called bruit, B-R-U-E, bruit. Bruit indicates a blockage, like a partial blockage in the carotid artery as plaque buildup, and it's very common in older people sometimes, is a carotid endarterectomy. And it's really pretty common in females also. Females are the heart disease and heart issues or cardiovascular issues are the #1 killers of females. But have you ever heard of that? Mm-hmm. Listening, putting the stethoscope there. What they're listening for is that blood going, that indicates a little impairment due to plaque buildup. And if it gets too bad, of course, it'll shut everything off. That it causes stroke, death. Okay? But anyway, everybody, in a human, this is the
so the
right subclavian is right here.
And it kind of branches off of the right.
It branches off of the brachiocephalic. And this thing right here, this is brachiocephalic. This thing right here is the right common carotid. All by itself is the left common carotid, and this is the left subclavian. Those are the main things. Now, let me show you, even on the big hearts, these flaps like this are auricles, A-U-R-I-C-L-E. And if you open this up, that's getting down in the ventricle. That is showing the mitral valve. That is the mitral valve, and right there. And over here, this is the right side. And wait a minute, it's not. That's just did that part. I'm sorry, I didn't go down far enough. There we go. Now see, let me show y'all. That's the tricuspid valve right there. I'm not going to ask you on that. That's tricuspid. That is the pulmonary semilunar right there. Pulmonary semilunar valve right there. There's the pulmonary trunk, branches into the arteries. And of course this down here is the right ventricle. And back up there, back up in here, is the right, there's the right atrium. That's the right atrium right there. Right atrium, right ventricle. There's the tricuspid valve. There's the pulmonary semilunar valve. That's sending blood up in here. And then on this, so put those back like that. And then on the left side, and somebody stuck a little pin in here. Evidently he was going to give a test on this. That's a test question somebody gave. There's number 36. He forgot to take his pin out, whoever did it. But what he's asking for right there is the mitral valve. That's a quick test question right there, showing the mitral valve. That is a test question on this heart, showing the mitral. And this, of course, is the left ventricle, the mitral valve. Now, we don't see on this one, everybody. We don't see, but to be back up in, you still see it. But there's the aortic semilunar valve, which we don't see. It's not, you don't see. Yeah, you can. I apologize. Yeah, you can. If you look back up in under there, look. See back up in under the see it? The aortic semilunar valve is back up underneath. Y'all see if I move that away? Can you kind of see it? I don't know if you can see it or not. But it's, can you see under there, Barbara? See that aortic semilunar? Can you see it? Can you see it underneath there? That's the aortic semilunar valve. I wouldn't ask it here. I'll ask it on the real heart.
This might be a dumb question, but where's the aorta?
Right here.
Okay, so the red thing?
Yeah, the aortic semilunar valve is up there. See, here's the left ventricle. Blood is leaving the left ventricle. We're going over circulation of blood. We'll go over circulation of blood through the heart in class on, when do we have class? What is it, on Tuesday?
Tuesday.
On Tuesday. We'll
So
go
the
through
trunk leads to the aorta, which leads to all the other...
Yeah, this right here is the ascending part of the aorta.
Okay.
The aorta comes up like, all this is coming out of the left ventricle. And here's the ascending, there's the arch of the aorta, and off of this arch, and this is going to the descending. See, coming on down this way, this is where the celiac, superior mesenteric, and all that stuff, adrenal lumbar, would branch off of this thing coming on down. But this is the aorta. Okay, but I usually will ask, like somebody asked a question from this, I don't know who did, probably Gilmore on his. I used another model. But this is, so he asked, I like to ask these valves actually on those beef hearts though, on the real heart, the mitral and so forth. But, you know, the model, you use the model. I don't like those beef hearts. I do not like those beef hearts because they're so nasty and torn up and butchered. I don't like the beef hearts on to show this and this, you know. We do beef heart when it's cut open to show the aorta. You can see it nicely. But as far as having the whole beef heart and picking out the different, sometimes it's hard to tell. So on the real beef heart, so the model works pretty nicely. We could have done without all this bypass stuff on here. Don't worry, that's what that's for, just showing bypass, which is significant. A lot of people have bypass surgery. Okay? Any questions over this? Any questions
So how
on?
many questions will be on?
I don't
this
know
model?
yet. I don't know. On the real, take the real heart for example. I'll have at least 2 of those beef hearts on the test. Usually I ask chambers and valves. Chambers and valves. Yeah, like the right atrium, the left atrium, left ventricle, and valves. Not valves. I don't ask the pulmonary. I will ask like the mitral valve or the tricuspid valve, something like that, or the aortic semilunar valve, which I can show you again on the real heart. I can get one of those real quick and show you. Yeah. On this though, this is real neat to ask questions like the branches off the aorta. It's real neat to ask that.